welcome to my channel. Happy Sunday. Hope you're having a good time. I actually wanted to be more consistent in posting on my videos. However, I have not been able to do so, and I have reasons why. I have tried to just post like short updates. One of them was I was in Alicante. I was stuck in Alicante and we were looking for places to stay, and I think we found one, hopefully, fingers crossed. I've also been doing a lot of viewings for my house because my house is going on sale, and I had a viewing today, and the person decided not to show up, so I couldn't. I wanted to do my channel, but I didn't know when or whether or not the person was showing. And this happened to me yesterday. I had like a whole day of viewings. Today I was just waiting, and I just thought, no, what? No, I'm going to video. I'm going to do my video because that's what I wanted to do and what I committed to do. Unfortunately, sometimes life gets in the way. Anyway, today's topic is don't give up on your dreams. And I want to talk about not giving up on your dreams because I feel like sometimes you try so hard to do something and then you don't get there and you think, oh, what was the point of me trying? And I think that for me, how my life has come to be the way it is just believing and continue to believe and not to give up. And all I can also say is that don't worry about the how you get there. You don't know how you're going to get there, but if you trust the process and trust in God or whoever, in your higher power, that this is what you present this to the to the universe, to God, and say, this is what I want in my life, this is how I see my life in such a way. And don't put a time limit on it, because I think putting a time limit on something makes you feel like you are not achieving something, and you don't never know when your next miracle comes or when it is around the it's what's around the corner. And that's what I've realized about my life. I went through a time in my life where I felt like I was never ever going to see anything come true. I was like drowning in debt thanks to my ex-partner. I say this a lot in some of my videos, and I was like living from hand to mouth, like just like a headless chicken. There was a time when life was really hard and I didn't see like the end of it. It felt like it was always ongoing and never going to change. And even though I had these visions and dreams, I didn't think that I could achieve them. And when you're in the midst of going through something really hard and difficult, it's really hard to actually see beyond it, because the difficulty is like clouding your judgment. It's like you have to focus on all those things that you're going through, so you can't even focus on getting what you want in your your dream life, because you're focused on the negative parts of your life. And this is what happened to me for quite a long time. And it's any dreams or anything that you desire in your life. I mean, you can desire having a good relationship, you can desire getting married, you can desire having a good job, having, desire having a house and everything. And all those desires are valid and you are allowed to have them. And how you get them, well, you just don't know. And I can give you a few examples of how some of my desires and my dreams came true. So I got divorced. I always wanted to be married and to be, in a great relationship. Unfortunately, the first time around, that didn't happen and it didn't work really well. And then I just kind of like decided I didn't want to be married. I didn't want to be in a relationship for many, many years. So I spent 10 years single, but I was also just trying to get my life, back on track, because that previous marriage has kind of totally destroyed who I was. And then come time when I decided, oh, I'm going to date. And it's funny that I decided that I was going to date, because it wasn't something that I put deep in thought. And I never thought that I would meet someone. But what I'm trying to say is that eventually I did start to believe in seeing. I did start to believe in believing that I did deserve a relationship that was loving, that was kind, that was not the way that my other one was. And I started to believe that. But how I was going to get there, I just didn't like put a how. But I did do work. So when you feel like you now need to do an action, so you have a dream, is what I'm saying. You have a dream, you have a desire, and for a while your dream is probably like a seed that you've planted in the ground, and for a while you water it with positive thoughts, you water it, you do things, you cultivate it, and then one day, someday, you have to kind of like do some sort of action. You will know that time when it comes to do that action. So like you speak these things into your existence. and you speak it into existence. So one day I decided, oh, I actually want to start, dating, maybe meet somebody, and I want to have that kind of lifestyle. So I started putting myself out there, and I did. I went on dating sites because I didn't know how else to meet someone. I was never going to meet anyone in my workplace because there was nobody who was available. I was never going to go out clubbing because I don't do that. I never was going to meet anyone out in the random because that was never going to happen. So the only opportunity that I had was to go out dating online, and I went dating out online. And so I went out dating online, and it took me a year and a half to actually meet someone. And I didn't take anything like too seriously, like too hard, and how people were behaving. All I knew was I was going to meet someone when the time was right. And as I came to experience more and more people, I finally found the right person, and you get more experience at what you do. And it's just like also things like being wanting to have I've always wanted more than one child, and though I felt like I shut down in my first relationship, I always want more children, and I have another child now. And how he came about was like like a miracle as well. So you have these thoughts and you believe in them, and they become into fruition. Don't ever give up on dreaming. Don't give it up on feeling like you can't have those things. Sometimes it takes a long time, but they do come, and it does show up. And just like thinking about that right now, when I'm thinking like I'm moving out of this house, I never thought in a million years that I would leave this house, that I would even like just win against my ex-husband with regards to taking him to court and getting the equity. I had not thought that I would get to this space, just finishing everything and putting the house on the market. It felt like a far away dream. But when it came time for me to act, and that's a thing I try and emphasize, is that when there comes the time when you need to act, and you will know when to act because there will be an opportunity or there'll be a decision to make. And when you need to act, you need to act so that you can visualize and get what you want and what you need. So this is what's happened. And I've always wanted to move to Spain, but it felt like something I'd never ever achieve until one day I started talking about it, and like, let's go to Spain, and let's do it. And we had to do a lot of work. We had to do a lot of research. We had to do a lot of applying. We had to get all the documents together. It took a lot to finally get to a yes. However, we did that, and we did not stop. And now it's kind of like it doesn't feel real, but it's real, even though I've worked towards it. And sometimes when you believe in your dreams, sometimes things show up immediately. Sometimes some things take long. Sometimes things come when it's time. And that's why I don't put a time limit. It can come fast, it can come slow, it can come, but it will come when it's right. And when that right time for you to act comes, you will act. So don't be discouraged, don't despair, don't think that your dreams will never come true. They will come true. Don't give up. I think the worst thing to ever do is to give up, and that's kind of like saying I don't care anymore. Giving up and just letting, don't give up. There's a difference between giving up and letting go. And when you're letting go, that's when you've like heeded to a decision or an action, and you've done everything that you think you could have done, and then you let it go and you surrender, and then the miracle happens. I tell you what, the miracles always happen. I've seen miracles in my life happening, and you're like, wow, did this really happen? And I remember just visualizing certain things, saying I want this to happen, and I want to live here, and I want to do this, and I visualized it. And now to finally see the things coming to pass for me is absolutely amazing. And I think that I just wanted to share with you that don't be discouraged. Don't think that your dreams don't come true. If my dreams can come true, and I'm not talking like, like for me, sometimes I used to feel like it will never happen to me, because I used to do that. I used to think, maybe not me. Why does it happen to everybody else? But don't focus on everybody else, because you will miss your opportunities to take action. Focus on yourself and know that your time is coming, and when it comes, you will be ready to take action and take what is yours. And don't like focus on what other people have and what other people out there succeeding, or social media, because we don't know their story. We don't know how far they've come. We don't know what has got them to this position, and it's very easy to misinterpret what people show us online. We don't know. I'm not a millionaire, but I am at a stage in my life where I'm content, and I think that was the most important thing for me to learn, is that you don't need a lot of money to be content, to be happy, to be peaceful. What you need is a life that is that suits you, a life that suits you. Because you know, when I was young, I used to think I had to have all this, I had to have all this, but that never gained or got me anywhere. It just made me miserable because I was just trying to chase something that wasn't for me. So anyway, I just wanted to bring that to your awareness, to encourage you, and to don't feel like you have to be anything but yourself, and trust in your dreams. And if the dream is right for you, and you know there will be, it will come when your time is right. Don't lose faith. Anyway guys, I'm so glad I was able to do this video, and be blessed and good luck in your dreams, and I'll see you until next time. Bye for now.